Ich war kein Football class, we're here to light the fire. Spin facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that action won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans, rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment, never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And today we're coming off a win against Michigan State at home, and it was definitely it was an up and down game. I feel like the first half you felt kind of relaxed, and then the second half kind of had some weird like kind of feeling that was going on. But we'll definitely talk about it. We'll break down the offense and the defense, and we'll talk about our players and plays of the game. But I'll go ahead and introduce everyone. And as everyone can see, we have a special guest here. We have Paulie Walnuts. Paulie Walnuts, he's been a huge supporter of the channel, and definitely check him out on one of the best pre-game shows on the weekends on Saturday with him and Preston Paradise. Definitely check them out. But let's go ahead and introduce the other guys first, and we'll get to the main guest here. So of course we got B Jones to the far right. How's it going, B Jones?
Right on. Hey, I feel like you just took a shot at me with that. We were relaxed after the first half. Is that the record?
I mean, I guess I can count that as a shot towards you because someone had to go to bed early like an old man. But yep, and we have Guns underneath me. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good, guys. Fight on.
And then of course we got Mr. Paulie Walnuts to the bottom right. How's it going, Paulie?
Oh, it's going great. Look, my daughter, look how efficient she is. She comes in, she's one of the first on the chats, and then one of my friends from the Bay Area, Armando's already in the chat. So I told them about how amazing this show is, and I'm glad they're here to represent. This is an absolute honor to be with you guys. Have a great time. Watching you guys every Sunday, man.
It's an absolute honor to have you. And Thank someone you. Else said, look at that's different than these bums that are right next to me. So I'm just kidding with these guys. They always make fun of me, so I gotta make fun of them back. So
new subscriber. Yeah. Oh, that's my daughter right there, baby. Oh, good. I love you.
Logan's in here. So let's go ahead and get into the pregame real quick. Just the recap of it. So it was a 45-31 win against Michigan State. It could have been a lot worse, but we kind of gave them a garbage time touchdown towards the end. But USC pretty much dominated in all aspects of this game here. 523 total yards to their 337 yards. We had 289 on the ground, which is crazy. And then we had 234 through the air versus their 225 in the air and 112 on the ground. And Jaden had a game. He was, he was 20 of 26 for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Wayman and Eli, a two-headed beast, a two-headed backfield. Wayman was 18 for 157 yards and averaging 8.7 yards on the ground. Eli was 16 of 90, averaging 5.6. And Jaden and Makai actually had a rushing touchdown. So Jaden and Makai were the only ones that actually had rushing touchdowns. So no touchdowns for the running backs. But other than that, Makai 127 through the air, 1 touchdown. Wayman was 25. Basically, it was all Makai when it came to going through the air. So even without Jacoby Lane, Makai was more than enough to be able to torch this offense or this defense of Michigan State. They had no answer to this offense. And so what are you guys' thoughts about this game, at least of everything that you just heard right now? Like, how were you guys feeling by the end of this game? We'll start with B Jones.
I just caught up on the second half maybe about an hour ago, so I'm still a little upset. But I went to, it's like, basically it's the tale of two halves this game was, man. So I went to sleep comfortably, at halftime because I had to be up at 3 in the morning. So I woke up to everybody freaking out, man. So, that's how the game went for me, man.
I don't know. All right.
Oh,
And
my Ruby.
Guns, go ahead and give us your overall thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say I felt good. Obviously this game could have been a lot wider in terms of score and results, but again, I think this is all things that we can clean up, and we'll talk about those things in the near future. Yeah, I think we're growing, so that's all you can be happy about.
All right. And how are you feeling, Paulie?
You know what? Actually, I'm feeling great. I figured, you know what? We're rolling with it. Whatever happens, happens. But this time, I felt no matter what the situation was, this is a completely different team. And I didn't panic at all. I didn't feel that sense of panic because I felt that, you know what? I looked at you look at the sidelines, the way they were, the reaction of the coaches and players. There was no doubt that they were just going to pull that victory out. They realized they made some mistakes. Guns hit it right on the head when it's, to me, I equate it to growing pains. A lot of these guys, this is what we're dealing with here for the rest of the season. By no means are we going to be putting 70 up on people and beating people. The point is a win's a win, and we're pulling out these victories when last year we probably wouldn't. We would have folded just like we did in Minnesota. So I'm really proud of the guys, and I'm really proud of that balanced attack we had.
Definitely. All right. Now that the pregame is done, we'll go ahead and get into the first quarter, and we'll do offensive thoughts and grades. And so we'll start with the guest of the hour here. So, Paulie, give us your offensive thoughts and grade.
Definitely a B+ on the offensive side of the ball. I can go A because I thought the offensive. Let's go A-, to be honest with you. I thought they played really, really well. The balanced attack with the running. I honestly think Eli is better at getting it started, and Waymon's better at kind of finishing it off. Just the way he just kind of wears those defenses down towards the end of the game. Often, but Eli's just that power and speed hitting the hole. It kind of throws people off, but just the balanced attack. You finally got a chance to see Jaden evolve into. He looks like a man out there. He's so cool and calm, and he's not flustered at all. The only thing I'm waiting for are the final 2 check boxes that we need to check. Because I want to see if Jaden can handle a stout defensive line like Michigan, and if he's getting flustered and he has to come from behind a situation like that, I want to see him be able to pull that off. But right now, dude, he's a superstar. Wide receivers, I thought it's so neat to be able to have that depth, guys. Where Jacoby goes out and you get another guy right in, and so and guys are playing hard, man. They're playing. They want to compete, and it's a good competition. And that's why every week, man, I love this rotation of guys that the offense has going in and out.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and go ahead and give us give us your play of the game.
My play of the game is definitely when we were struggling a little, and Jaden had the Caleb-esque kind of scramble, and he scrambled out of that. But there was a couple of them. But either way, what I loved about it is it's the point that it proved the rest of the team. Guys, I'm putting you on my shoulders, and I'm going to make this big play. And you know what? You don't worry about it. I'm going to get us through this. That's the message I got. And I'm not even a player. I had chills, dude, when I was watching him run around and make those big plays. I'm like, there you go. That's our guy right there. So anyway, that was it right there when he scrambled for that first down.
All right. And before we move on to guns here, Fight On Kristen, appreciate the $5 dono. Definitely go ahead and check out Kristen's channel. He did a watch along for the game. 4th and 9 is his channel. Kristen, if you can, go ahead and plug your channel in the chat so people can know where to find you at. And
I got a question for Chris.
Oh God.
I got a question for Kristen. How you feel about my O-line take from earlier this year, Kristen? Am I good now? Can we cash that in? What's up? Talk to me, man.
All right, Guns, go ahead and give us your offensive thoughts, grade, and your favorite play.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd say grade is A. Again, I think if we didn't have that fumble on, so I'd say A+. Jaden. Running game was the running game. There's really hasn't been no issues. I think what I liked a lot, and really giving a shout out to Coach Hansen, is the O-line, right? We had Elijah Page go out, and there
Yeah.
was no
hiccup.
downgrade
Drop
in a
off.
way, right?
Yeah.
Like just stoic, keep going, moving forward. So I love that a lot. What else I'll say is Lincoln's growing. I think people are starting to realize that if you're not, you need to realize it now. We're not throwing the ball in the second half when things are getting tight. He is running the ball. So I think people need to realize that as well. Like we're seeing the growth of this team, growth of Lincoln. So this is not the same team from last year. And then my play of the game, I'll go the Mackay touchdown.
Okay. All right. And Kristen said answered your question, B. Jones. He said, I will answer when we play a team that has legit rushers. I will confirm or deny after the Michigan game. He just can't give you any kind of credit until then, huh? Like
fair enough.
we've only given up one sack like for Jaden this whole season. And he's still like, regardless, like there's always going to be some of those kind of garbage time sacks or whatever, but like he's been pretty clean this whole time. So, but yep, B. Jones, go ahead and give us your offensive thoughts and grades.
Just to piggyback off what Guns is saying, how many times I got to tell y'all, Lincoln Riley watches Light the Torch podcast, man. He's the reason why. No, just kidding.
Wait, what did he take from us then, B. Jones?
Look, he's running the ball more. Everything that we screamed
out for 3 years now.
Well,
he just now find us.
He's got it now. All right, let's get the man a break. All right. No, but seriously, man, I couldn't be more happy with Lincoln, man. And from play calling to, just the performance overall as an offense, man, we've been hitting on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, we had that turnover, so I can't quite give him an A+, but I'll definitely give him an A for just the overall performance, man. What else can we ask for? Especially, being that we had 2 starters go down this week.
All right.
So,
and your play of the game?
My player of the game, Paulie took it, man. I really don't even have another.
Oh, sorry, man. I'll come up with another one if you want me to.
Yeah, man. That's unanimous, I think.
I don't know about that. I ain't gonna go with that.
You got one?
So I got something here. All right, so
let's hear yours, man. Let's hear you.
Personally, though, the fact that we ran the ball 40 times to Jaden's 26 times is crazy. Like, I don't think we could have ever thought that would be our balance or the ratio versus run versus pass within like the 3 years that we or the 4 years that Lincoln's been here. It's been pretty lopsided to the passing, at least except for when we had Travis Dye. But other than that, like, it's been really pass heavy and been that. I think that also could have cooked Miller Moss last year, as well as that it was really pass heavy and we weren't leaning on the run. But the fact that we had 2 rushers that we almost had 2 100-yard rushers. I feel like we should have just given it to Eli just to get him over that 100-yard. But the fact that both Eli and Waymo were pretty much split 50-50 in carries is crazy. Like we all kind of thought, like, towards when we were given our kind of depth chart, that Wayman was going to be the bell cow. But we have 2 bell cows, and it could be 3. We just need B-Jack to come back healthy, and then he'll definitely, like, I feel like when we get him back healthy, our red zone's going to be a little bit better. Like, that's the one thing I kind of think was bad was our red zone. Like, it should not have been 45. I like Ryan. He's been doing great for us, but we should have been at 50 at this point without any of the field goals. But other than that, I'm going to go with A for this team. Like, there's really hardly anything. Jaden kept the ball very safe at this point. Like, last year when he did those kind of magic kind of moments that were Caleb-esque, but sometimes they would result in poor decisions. But the fact that he just tucked it and ran and didn't try to force anything just shows the growth that he has had from those 4 games last year to the 4 games that he's played this year. So it's just crazy, the night and day difference from last year to this year. Like, Jaden is so calm, cool, and collected in the standing back there, and it's credit to this offensive line. But my play of the game, my play of the game goes to Chinook Hines, his first touchdown. So I'm going to give it to him. And
All
I
right,
gave a great corner throw from Jaden to that to Chinook. So shout outs to Chinook for getting his first of one of many touchdowns in the future for him. So
wasn't that a nice throw too, where Jaden just tossed it right in the basket? Like
no, his touch on his passes has been just like insane. Like normally last year he just like tries to fire it off with the cannon of an arm that he has, but it's so like smooth when it comes out. Like his delivery, his release is just insane.
But going back really quickly, I mean I don't mean to just jump in like that, but it's the what it blows me away is I got to see Eli play when I was living in Albuquerque. I used to watch a lot of the Lobo games and go to the games and you see that type of speed up close and you're like, wow, man. But you know, I thought maybe he just, because the other guys were like fat guys like me were running around at that level, I thought maybe he just looked fast, but he really is. But the hands, those soft hands, you know, that him and Waymo have. Waymo kind of reached back on a couple of them, caught him, and Eli was the same way. And I'm thinking, boy, that's going to get better and better as the year goes by, man. And we're going to definitely utilize that.
Like, there hasn't really been any overthrown passes from Jaden except for maybe that first game to Mekhi Lemon that he knew he could have had that touchdown, but it was just slightly overthrown. But other than that, like his deep ball precision has just been next level at this point. Like I think that's probably his best part of his game is his deep throw. So
yeah, definitely.
No, I was just mentioning, man. I think he had a 90.5 PFF rating.
Yep. We had a few players that had a 90 rating because Wayman had one. I think Eric Gentry had one, and Jakeem Stewart had one. I think. And we'll definitely have to get to Jakeem after this here. But shout outs to Brian Jenkins. He was on Kristen's podcast when they were doing the watch through. So
I called him last night. I went and checked in with him, man. I had a good time.
Nice. But yeah. All right. Any last words for the offensive thoughts and grades before we move on to the defensive thoughts? It looks like Guns wanted to say something.
I do. There's nothing toward GBC, but honestly, I was impressed with the red zone this past game. Again, comparing it to the Purdue game, we had 5 field goals in the Purdue game. We only had 1 field goal this game. So I do think again we allowed Jaden to run more. Did some 2 RB sets. So obviously we can continue to see more growth. And I agree with what you're saying. When B-Jack does come in, we're going to see a new level to that. But I'd say from a week to week, we did see some improvements.
Yeah. I just feel like this there was no excuse for that. Like we were moving and grooving, and the fact that it kind of stagnated was a little concerning. And they went around and scored a touchdown right after that. But
so basically, you're basically saying shut up, BC.
Basically,
just say it, dude. I mean, well, friends.
Yeah. Fourth and 9 to victory. There you go. That's the big
right.
Definitely go ahead and give them a follow or subscribe on their channel.
Yeah, those guys are great, man. I had a good time calling in, and they'll ask you questions, and they put you in the spotlight. They make you feel comfortable. I love it.
Yeah, Guns was professionally disagreeing with me. All right, let's move on to the second quarter here. Defensive thoughts and grades. Paulie, go ahead and start off.
My defensive thoughts, obviously, everybody's giving it a tough time, but you know what? I give them, obviously, I would probably say maybe like a C, probably a B minus, because the defensive line was so dominant, man. And they're unlike any group in college football. The way I look at them, and on top of that, you look at the young depth that they have behind them. They have the Gus Cordovas and all these guys that are sitting there just waiting and fighting to get their opportunity. And so the guys that we have in there now, you look at Stewart, who reminds me a lot of Darrell Russell. And what I mean by that, if you remember the great Darrell Russell, there was no better defensive tackle in football who would just anticipate the snap count and be in the backfield. And Stewart was doing that on a consistent basis. So look for him to develop and continue and becoming our next Darrell Russell. But the Gentry to me is probably the most unique and special player that I've seen in many years in the game of football. I've been watching football since 1976, man, and I've seen a lot of football. And I can tell you, I've seen them all. Lawrence Taylor to me is the most special player ever. But there's a kid named Eric Gentry who is just so smooth. He's in on every play. He's able to take angles and slide in on certain areas, dude, where other guys can't fit. He's anticipation to his ability to do everything. He's so versatile. And I think it's a lot of it because of Rob Ryan and what Rob Ryan's doing by elevating his game and utilizing his versatility. The way I look at it with the defensive backs is, they're young guys, man. They're young guys. This is who we have to deal with. Would I like to see Belt kind of rotate some other guys in there, give people the chance? Of course, man. I'd like to see what these other kids got, because you cannot tell me that on that roster, there's not one kid that's going to stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to take this job and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be the man. But they just need that opportunity. They need those reps. And you know what? I believe that these guys, obviously, who are we to tell these coaches what to do, man? They obviously know what they're doing. They're going to clean it up, and that's what they do for a living. So there's no doubt in my mind, as time goes on, season goes on, you're going to see a better defensive team there. But linebackers are playing a lot better as well. I thought they did a great job, and I'd like to see Kamari get back to his original self, flying around, because to me he's a very special player. He's a first day draft pick if he gets the opportunity, But he's a great guy. But you know what? I'm going with the B-. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, all right.
Not mad at it.
And do you have a play of the game?
My defensive play of the game is Stewart pulling a Dale Russell and just. I mean, the guy was in the backfield, man. Before you know it, I thought he was going to grab the ball and take it to the house.
Right.
All right.
That's it. That's my defensive play of the game right there.
B. Jones.
All right. So, I'm remember, this is fresh for me. It was just an hour ago for me. You guys got to sleep on me.
You got it, Jones. Don't worry about it, man.
So yeah, man. Every other position group has been playing outstanding, man. We're just waiting for the DB room to join the rest of the team in the outstanding category, man. So, it's a little frustrating because we are going into week 5 now, right? Yeah. And we're still saying the same thing as week 1. You know what I'm saying? So, but like Paulie said, I still don't have any doubt that this coaching staff will get together. We have way too much talent in that room not to. We have more talent than a lot of other teams that we're facing in that room. So, if that means, personnel changes or whatever it may be, I think they'll get it together. So we'll leave that to them to do, because that is their job to do. Aside from that, man, like I mentioned, man, every other position group is playing outstanding. So the safeties, you can't complain much about them. Eric Gentry, man, he's definitely by far, man. I don't care. I don't want to hear nothing about anybody at LSU, anybody at Texas. Eric Gentry is the best linebacker in college football. So, as far as the grade, man, because of things I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to give him a flat C.
Your flat C. Okay. And did you have a defensive play of the game?
Yep, probably took that one too.
you got to be original.
That's messed up, man.
Let's go with one of Braylon Shelby's sacks. How about that?
Pause. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
I just want to hear that laugh, man. That one laugh you always play. I got to hear that at least once.
At least it's not that loud this time. All right, Guns, go ahead and give us your defense thoughts and grades.
Yeah, I'd say C+ range. Again, all of it's really self-inflicted. I'm not really gonna harp on the run game because of the penalties. They were gassed, in my opinion, right? And that continued to allow them to run the ball a little bit more than what I'd probably like. So I'm not really going to harp on that. But, I think we just need to clean up the penalties. Honestly, let some of these young guys on the DB room play a little bit more, maybe. That's just my thought. We have a lot of, like we said, a lot of talent in that room, right? Find who can step up and take that role and take the job. So, other than that, D-line, man, 2 sacks again, 7 tackles for loss. Like, we're leading the country in sacks. Just seems like we're always getting 5 to 10 tackles for loss. Like it's just again, from year to year, like we're seeing a different team on the defensive side. Hopefully when Alex Graham returns, it sounds like maybe next week, if not after the bye. But when he comes back, I definitely think you're going to see some shift, right? You're going to see Ramsey go back to full safety. I think that we can see some changes there and some improvements overall. So, but yeah, I'd say C+. Play the game. I mean, I gotta agree with Paulie. I mean, it's just Keem Stewart one. I mean, was kind of thinking of one other play I can think of, and it's just the only one that really sticks in my mind. So,
All right.
Yeah, it was a great play.
And real quick,
Yes.
let's answer Brian Jenkins' question here. Do you guys see EG as playing linebacker or rush end on the NFL? I see linebacker still.
I'll leave him exactly where he's at. Mel Kiper said it. There's other guys. Mel Kiper said it best yesterday. He said, or 2 days ago, he said, you know what? The first thing people want to do is they want to change a guy like Gentry and make him a pass rusher, make him this Mike Parsons, guy, type of defensive player. He's unique, man. You leave him where he's at, he's gonna get bigger, stronger. You got to leave him where he's at.
See, and that's the thing, man. That's where it gets tricky because you know how these NFL scouts are, and
Yeah,
I'll just pray that he goes to the best situation that's going to use him.
I don't want him in Jacksonville or Carolina, nothing like that. I want him to go somewhere, preferably the Raiders, but we'll see what happens.
Deep in the first round, I'd be okay with just get him to a good situation, keep him away from the Browns, keep him away from New Orleans or whatever. I want him to be able to thrive and not have to deal with incapable coaching. So, I mean, the Bears could use him though. Granted, the Bears had a pretty good game today, so we can save that for later. But let's see. You gave a or it's my turn right now, right? Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
all right. So, I'm more just frustrated with just the penalties on the defensive side. That there was plenty of times where we could have gotten off the field, but just some of those picky penalties. But then the hands to the face was kind of those are killers. The hole that they had on us was very, very minuscule. I don't know why they called it. Even the announcers were saying that that's kind of petty to call those penalties. But other than that, I'm gonna have to give it a C. Like, I'm being nice with giving it a C. It's just the penalties just kept them into this game, and some of the communication issues that we've had. We got beat on a trick play again, which kind of is. We can't be a trend because people are going to start trying to do that kind of stuff against us. But this defensive line is just a strength of this defense. Jakeem Stewart, he's been getting better each and every game. Like, the dude is you can see it slowing down for him. You can see that his physicality is easily translated. And we know he hasn't played for over a year of high school since his sophomore year of high school or his junior. No, yeah, his sophomore year because he reclassified. So the dude, he should still be in high school right now, and he's clearly going to be a first team All-American by the end of this because he's that much of an impact player for USC. So when you guys talk about his play against the linebacker, it reminded me of a player that our fellow coach defensive lineman, our defensive line coach coached at one point, Aaron Donald. Like, he did that all the time at Pittsburgh when he played for Pittsburgh in college. He did that all the time. He would tackle the running back and the quarterback at the exact same time. So huge shout out to Coach Henne for that. Like, this defensive line and Coach Sean Nua. We can't forget about Sean Nua.
You can't forget about Nua.
Everyone wants to give the flowers to Coach Henne, which, granted, Coach Henne's doing a great job, but Sean Nua, he's done wonders with this the edge defenders. Like, they've been killing. There was a few times where they kind of over pursued it, and it kind of gave whatever their running back free lane, because he liked to cut back to the outside. He would start in the center and then cut to the outside. So, but he would see that our defensive ends were kind of crashing upfield. But other than that, it's going to be a C because of all the penalties that we had. And for the play of the game, I want to give it to.
We all got the same one.
No, I'm trying to be different here. Okay, I'm trying to be different. Cam Fountain. He Cam Fountain. I mean,
Cam Crawford.
Crawford. Damn it. Sorry,
Crawford, no,
it has it on here on the stat sheets. They need to pick it. But Cam Crawford had some really great run stops.
Yeah, he was
living in the backfield. He's also going to be we could have All-American edges, like first team, second team.
Yeah.
I could see both levels at this point, since we have three that are clearly killing it right now. So
I could easily see USC becoming the next NFL pipeline when it comes to numerous different positions. Before, it was always we had numerous guys going in with at receiver, at linebacker, but man, these guys are like, wow, man. I mean, you could just tell there's NFL talent on that team. But can I say one more thing about the defense really quickly? One more thing about the defense is I saw the way they performed on Marsh, who's supposedly this unstoppable kind of next level NFL guy. And I thought they struggled a little bit with him a couple of plays in the beginning. Next thing you know, I didn't even hear from Marsh at all. Then they resorted to Kelly, who, the great Howard Schnellenberger, the coach of the Miami Hurricanes back in the day, said when teams start resorting to trick plays and gimmick plays, that means they're desperate. And that's exactly what they kept doing yesterday. So I feel, Blackie hit it right in the head. If we keep overwhelming teams the way we are, then we're going to start getting a lot of that. So we need to be prepared for that, man. Teams are going to come out with that gimmick stuff on us towards the end of the game, like maybe third quarter, fourth quarter.
Yeah. And Guns, I was talking to you about this, but who locked up Nick Marsh? Because either he was
Ellison and Nicholson, both, man. They were both on him for a while.
Okay, because he was
because I believe they don't follow, right? Nicholson stays on one side, so I believe Marsh always moves around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to lock him down. It's just sucks that they had some other players go off on us, but other than that, he was basically a non-factor. And real quick, shout outs to Kristen here for another $5 dono. It's a duo show with BJanks, 4th and 9 to victory on YouTube and IG. So definitely go ahead and give them a follow here. So, but all right, anything else that we want to say about the defensive thoughts and grades before we get into our kind of offensive and deep? I mean, we kind of did our standouts, but we could always talk about some other people that have kind of been standing out on this team here. But anything else we want to talk about before we move on?
I don't think we're good. Let's go.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Guns, did you have any recruiting updates?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's go. So we had 2 official visitors over the weekend, Safa Saki and Antoine Baker. So for Mr. Saki, he's an athlete. He could be playing edge, could be playing tight end. Again, he's 6'7". Crazy frame as an edge guy, but makes sense why maybe we're looking at him at tight end. Loved his visit, and we'll see, what we hear more about him. Baker, loved his visit as well. Look like we're looking at him at corner, safety, and wide receiver. So again, just we have athletes that we're looking again. I think I like to hear that and see that. So we'll see if they do pick us in the future. And then lastly is we had 27 kids. They all loved the visits. Few of them didn't make it. Is what it is, travel and stuff like that. They have their high school games and stuff, so it's tough. But 2 potential flip targets in the future. Taven Epps from Tustin, California, linebacker. He's a Texas commit right now. And Long Beach Poly cornerback Dante Wright. He's a Georgia commit. Just keep an eye on those guys in the near future. Those could flip in the future. That's what USC is going to be continue to push on for those guys. So that's it.
We got a little note in the Discord for you guys if you ever check.
Say again?
So someone dropped a note for you in the Discord.
Who dropped a note? Is it in our Discord?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Booby Feaster, there was some talk about this gentleman, potentially, looking, I guess, elsewhere because of the Peyton Houston connection, and just people were curious about him. He's an elite player, which I can understand the stress and the speculation. He's locked in. Okay, he told Scott he's locked in, so I think we can really temper those the stress levels and the speculation levels, and we shouldn't have to worry about this guy. I mean, he's going to be coming here on to be a Trojan, and he's going to ball out.
Definitely. Love that guy.
All right. Any questions for Guns in the chat about recruiting? Let us know, and we can try to answer those here. But let's go ahead and go into the third quarter here. Let's go into our offensive, defensive standouts. So I'm going to refrain from anyone saying Jaden Mayava and Jakeem Stewart. So find someone else, and so really actually think about who else stood out to you. And Eric Gentry.
Okay.
I know B. Jones wanted
Anyone
to say
else?
that here. Come on, we can't do the obvious, okay? So let's go with Paulie. Give us some standouts.
So my two standouts are Micah Benuelos and Tobias Raymond. And the reason I picked those guys is because they were able to take the big unit was out, and they both came in. And when I see Micah with that torn white shirt underneath, bro, looking rugged, man, and lane hat, I love it. I love seeing that guy in his power. And Tobias, flawless, man, Mr. just all world, bro. He's just in there and doing his thing. And I really think the world of Tobias and the versatility of this offensive line. So if those, I know we're only supposed to pick one, but those are my two offensive players. And as far as defense goes, are we going to defense already, or
yeah, go ahead and give us your defense.
As far as defense goes, I'm gonna go with geez, man. You know what? Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Floyd Boucard. He just stays consistent. He's doing his best out there as far, and he's just one of a bunch of kids that are coming in and out. Young men that are coming in and out, playing their hearts out. But Floyd has been consistent this entire time, and he's gone above and beyond what we expected. So yeah, I'm going with Floyd as my defensive player of the game.
Okay.
All right, B. Jones.
All right, so offensive player of the game, I'm going to go with Jaden Mayava.
No. You can't do that.
Dude. Fine, man. Gotta get the Waymo then, man. Gotta get the Waymo. It's just
okay.
Consistently putting up over 100, man. The kid is great, man. Everybody had questions. Maybe see about the translation between JUCO and Big Time Division I. Now you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no drop there. So defensive, I'm gonna go. Let's go Devon Tompkins, man. Devon Tompkins had 6 tackles himself, man. So he doesn't get much love. He's been doing a lot of dirty work this season. But so we got to give him his credit, man.
All right. Guns.
Yeah, so for offense, I'm just going to shout out my MVP that I said in the pregame, Makai Lemon. He balled out. But I'm going to say Waymo. He had a 91.4 PFF grade. I don't know if this is legit, but supposedly he had a 315.6 elusive rating last night.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know how that's rate calculated, but that's what PFF is saying. I mean, there were some plays where, he was just got the ball and he had to make a move left or right and, got a few extra yards than what the defense was going to do. So shout out to them. Defense, I'm going to go Shelby. Another 1.5 sacks. Just continues to get to the quarterback when he gets out there. So,
all right. And real quick from Fight on Natties here. Questions: what's the info on Elijah Page? Hopefully nothing but good news. I don't think Lincoln Riley has really said anything about it in the post game, but has anyone heard anything about it?
I have not. Yeah,
No,
I've not heard
I've not heard
anything.
anything at all.
But
We'll keep you
like we said,
updated.
I
when we
feel
do.
good. So yeah.
Honestly, he didn't look too bad. Like he,
Yeah.
when he came out of the tunnel, he was
Tunnel, yeah.
walking. I don't think he was really like. I think it was more kind of precautionary, kind of making sure that we have him for next week, and we knew that our offensive line was going to hold up with the people who were filling in for him. So. But we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. Hopefully, we hear something by this coming Wednesday. But all right, did you gave your offense and defensive, right, Guns?
Yes, sir.
All right. So for me, I want to give a standout for me is Walker Lyons. Another game where he has a touchdown. Our tight ends are being utilized, which. That's something that we would always gripe on, and it's not the same play that Lincoln kept running last year with the underneath route for him. Like he's doing his best to get them in the right position, like either going down the seam or having them cut across the field. We've definitely used the tight ends a lot on fourth down. Fourth down is pretty much guaranteed to either go to Lake or Walker, and the red zone, like Walker has been a red zone kind of target when it comes to that. So. I definitely want to give Walker his flowers when it comes to it. He didn't have like his stats are not popping off really, but when we need him, he's always there. And for defense, I definitely want to give that to Braylon Shelby. Braylon Shelby is consistently like he may not be getting like the same amount of snaps, but when he gets onto that field, he's making an impact. So you see it when you see number 10, you're like, okay, he's gonna make an impact. So definitely shout outs to Brandon Shelby for making the most of it. Like we have a 3-headed edge. It's just insane. Like if one goes down or one needs a rest, then the other one's going to be right there to pick up where they left off. So definitely shout outs to Sean Nua for getting these guys ready for that. So
Definitely.
All right. Any other kind of offensive or defensive standouts that you guys want to shout out?
I forgot to add Justin in. Justin, I'm sorry. He was
Justin
part of
too.
that rotation.
Yep.
It was that shift that had to shift around, and Justin was part of them, and I thought the three of them played great, man.
Walter says Coach Lincoln Riley said the page is not serious, so this definitely sounds like it's more precautionary, and hopefully we hear back about Jacoby Lane. He definitely was not as optimistic in the press conference after the game, so hopefully he's okay and we can get him back, and hopefully we can get some of the other players back. I know, like Gunn said, Alex Ram is a possibility this week, which will definitely be good to push Ramsey back to his most optimal spot.
As far as Jacoby, man, I feel like the fact that he did at least warm up tells you it's probably not that serious. You know?
It's just probably a nagging injury more than anything, I feel like. But I don't think it's something that's going to keep him out for a long period of time. All right. So anything else we want to talk about before we get into the fourth quarter? All right. So I moved something from from overtime to now. Since Raul is not here, we'll still talk about it, but let's go to the college football picks and the call-ins. And we'll go ahead and drop the link once we get ready to do some call-ins. So if you have any questions for us, I'll definitely post the link here pretty soon after we finish with the college football picks. But let's go ahead and get into it. So tell us where we are at, Guns, with the college football picks.
Yeah, so for week 4, we got a 4-way tie. Everyone had the same record, 11-7. So no official winner for week 4. But overall, BC is still in the lead at 80%. Guns is at 79%. B Jones is at 77%. Excuse me. Apologies. And Raul is at 74%. So he's still lost right now. We kind of been picking on him for that. But yeah, stay tuned for next week on week 5 on Wednesday. So.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'll. Oh, Raul's posting in the chat in our Discord right now. Why don't you put it in the actual chat, Raul? Not why you put it in the Discord, huh? You're listening clearly. But should I show the video?
Yeah, let's see it, man. Morton Anderson over here. Let's see it. I'm ready.
I'm gonna have to mute it.
Sebastian Janikowski over here. Let's go.
All right. Let me go ahead and just download this here so I can just.
Yes. Were you barefoot? Or no, you weren't barefoot.
No, right? I wore shoes. I wore USC shoes. So.
Oh yeah. All right.
Let me just mute this because I don't want.
There was a kicker named Rich Carlos who used to go barefoot with the Broncos. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So, for all you perverts out there, it's not that type of video, okay? But,
is it the program? Yeah, what do we got?
Yes, it's the program. Now, let's go ahead and let's do this here. Let's.
This is exciting. I can't wait.
Right. Let's go. All right. So since Raul won't kick a field goal, I decided to kick a field goal today. I bought the football. I bought the tee. And I did it myself.
By yourself, huh?
Let's go. Look at that.
Sorry, if my wife is watching, you helped out too. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for holding the camera. So this is from 30 yards out, which is what Raul is supposed to be doing for the past year and a half, right?
What's on your shirt? What is that? I gotta see.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, look at that.
Boom.
Still distance on it. Wow, look at that.
I think I could have got 40 yards on that one.
I was gonna say that looks like 45 yards right there. That's impressive.
Let's see what the BC is here for the fans. Like Raul. Exactly. Anthony, Blackie's favorite part of the show. Exactly. So yeah, I hit a 40-yard or a 30-yarder. So we need Raul to come out here and.
Was that your first shot? Or your first try, or?
Yes, it was my first try.
Oh my God! What? Oh wow, that's great.
So, shout outs to all the kickers out there because kicking it takes effort. So I appreciate them. So
I noticed you knew all the steps and everything to it, man. You look great, man. That was awesome.
Bionic leg. Okay, all right, cool with that. Maybe next time I'll try. No, I'm not even going to put that out there. I already did my part. I'm not gonna put my foot in my mouth here. BC been hitting his squats, obviously. Hey, I hit legs at least once a week, so whatever, Evie. Whatever, my guy. I want to see your field goal kick, okay?
That's funny.
Why would I lie about that here, Anthony? Why would I lie about that? You see me coming up and putting the ball down?
Yeah.
Preston, he coming for your spot, man. You say he gonna be the kicker now.
Yeah, I'm the kicker of Cal Southern Centaurs now. See. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some callers in here. If anyone wants to get in here, I'll go ahead and post the link in the chat. If you have any questions, if you want to congratulate me for my field goal, let me know. I'd be more than happy to take that. So I've ran a 40 and I've kicked a field goal. Okay. You guys can't give me any more shit at this point.
No, that was great, man. I'm telling you, that's awesome.
You can't. Like, if you guys try, then it's kind of pointless.
You'll give us another reason, I'm sure.
How long did it take you to practice that? Or did you just go first shot? Let's try it.
First try.
Oh man, look at that. Huh?
We'll do it again. It's on mute because you'll hear my wife kind of congratulate me here, but I don't want that kind of cringiness right now.
There's no doubt I would have pulled a hammy doing that, man. Easy.
Riley withholding lane from was not playing sucks. I would have bet the under if yeah.
Good determination on him.
Look at that form. Exactly. Oh, yes. Evie with the $10 dono, BC's field goal scholarship fund.
Yeah,
I'll take the $10. I'll take the $10. I'll take the money wherever I can get it. Wait, good job. I tried it at SoFi and almost had to go to the hospital.
That would definitely be me right there.
Riley is messing with my money. Yeah. Well, is anyone going to get in here? Oh, there's Kristen. Kristen, how's it going, Kristen?
Yeah, there's Kristen. What's up?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, Kristen?
You like a field goal kick?
Much better than the 40s. Yeah, 60 kick it. But I'm gonna hop on. I give you kudos, but again, for film study, we know that Michigan State by far has the worst pass rush line in the country. It's been the last 2 years. But this thing is, even though we haven't played any overwhelming defensive line so far, the offensive line has dominated like they're supposed to. And I had questions coming this season with the offensive line. So they have already overexceeded my expectations. Next is just see if we could take that next step where we play someone with actually, some elite pass rushers that can get pressure on four. But I'm a believer in our offensive line. So I gotta give it to you.
All right, that's all I want to know. Just want to know if you believe now, man.
Yeah, but I think I see you waited to game 4 to throw that back out there because I think you still had a little questions yourself coming into the season before.
We've only given up one sack and Jaden's hardly ever. He's not getting pressure. Like sometimes there'll be some pressure, but she's an escape artist.
Yeah, Blackiechainz, but that's where film study and all that come into perspective, right? We haven't played anyone who has that guy yet on the defensive line. So for something to be validated and tested, it has to be tested, and it has to it has to be proved to tested. To be honest, we haven't been tested yet because we've yet to play anybody who has an actual edge rusher to see if our problem from last year is truly resolved. Though I think it is and I believe it is. Like again, it's unvalidated at this point. We won't know that until we get to Illinois has one, but with one guy, but at least they do have one guy that guy that can cause havoc on the edge. We really won't know until we get to Michigan.
Hey, Kristen, really quickly, what do you think of their ability, the physicality that they're bringing now? To me,
are you referring to USC offensive line?
Yeah, USC offense, just the whole team in general, but more so the offensive line. Man, they were beating people up yesterday, man. The guys laying on the ground.
And here's the thing. What I was just saying is that although they haven't taken that final exam, the pop quizzes and the test, they've passed. They've dominated every defensive line like they were supposed to, right? So it wasn't not one game where we didn't have the event and we're like, man, our offensive line struggled. I mean, they have completely dominated and done what you want them to do and what you want them to see when you're playing someone that's lesser than you. So I totally agree. The physicality is there. Like I said, even after the Michigan game, I feel we're going to cut this offensive line. I thought coming into the season, this offensive line would not be better than last year's offensive line. I was wrong. Yep. This offensive line is better, and the depth on it is better. Like, when Page goes out in the second quarter and 90% of USC fans don't even realize that he's hurt.
We had no idea.
That's a plus. Yeah, that he was out there. We didn't realize that.
How did he get in the sweatsuit? I'm thinking, what?
Right. And no one noticed because there's not a drop off. I mean, the film shows. So I think we're going to be fine. That's why I tell B. Jones he was right. I gave him a hard time. I had to see. I had to see to believe, and I'm a believer.
But even the receivers, the physicality, man. Did you see Makai?
They're all physical.
Guys around, man, and they're all out there. Tanook was out there laying hat on people. I'm like, man, these guys they're coming with some purpose right now, man. And
speaking of wide receiver that no one is giving just due to, kudos to Jaden Richardson.
Yeah,
right. He was a big time wide receiver when he transferred in from a smaller, Tufts University. Last year he didn't see the field often. but he came up with some big third down catches, and he was a willing and physical blocker out there on a lot of those catches. So big shout out to Jerry. I'm glad he got his chance. You know, it's hard to come from being that guy, right? And then you get to a new school and you can't even see the field, but he stuck it out. He didn't transfer out, and he contributed yesterday. I mean, that third down catch across the middle was big.
Yeah,
She said,
yeah. I love it. You need to get that sound, man, on your board or whatever you got. I love that.
And I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm trying to wrangle kids for the night. And Raul's not even on, but
Nope.
you know, I think it's time for us to the narrative of Riley running the ball to stop.
Yeah.
And again, like I said last year, it's so much because of the offensive line play that we're able to do what we're doing. We're talking about the tight ends being involved. That's because offensive tackles don't need help blocking no more. And we don't have to keep the tight ends in to block and chip. So the tight ends are able to go in offense. It wasn't play calling that took the tight ends out the game last year. It was the tackles' inability to hold up, right? So that the offensive line is opening all this up. The offensive line is opening up. Riley has always been creative in the pass game. And I know Guns will agree on this when I break this down. But it's his ability this year to be creative in the running game that's impressing me. And it's not with play calling, but it's with play design, right? The first game of the year, we come out and what we do, we switch it up from a normal zone read look, right? And we went pistol, right? And we killed them with the pistol formation. Yesterday we come with a two back. Yesterday we come back with a T look with Waymond and the guy from New Mexico in the backfield, the same Eli, that we never seen it before. So that means Michigan State never seen it before, and they was trying to adapt on the fly. Not only that, again, creative in the run game. We're starting to use the jet sweep to the right receiver.
Yep.
Not only that, Riley also put out Wildcat 2 times, right? That we have never seen creative in the run game. Not only that, we typically run the zone read option, right? So those who don't understand the difference between the zone read, triple threat, and veer. Triple threat includes a fullback. The veer is strong side. You're reading the strong side defensive end. The zone read, you're reading the backside defensive, the weak side defensive end, and the quarterback keeper. So if you notice, we normally run the zone read, but yesterday we put some veer in there, right? We ran it 3 times to where we attacked the strong side defensive end with our quarterback and with also the running back, and it went for 10 yards each time. So he's opened up to where he's coming up with all these different ways, different formations, and to keep the defense on balance and being so creative in the run game.
Yeah, I know he says he's never lost his swagger, but like I feel like he's getting he has a little extra pep in his step. I feel like when it comes to calling.
When you have a quarterback that you can do all these things with because they have the mobility and they fit. You have a competent and an excellent offensive line who's winning the line of scrimmage with their physicality. So you can do these things. He didn't lose his swagger last year. What he lost was that he had to be defensive on offense instead of being aggressive. When you're an offense, you don't ever want to have your play calling by thinking of it in a defensive manner, right? That's why you call it the offense, because you're attacking, you're on the offense. But when you have tackles who can't hold up, right? You have, a certain quarterback where you got to get rid of half of the playbook because it doesn't fit their system and what they're doing, their capability. Now you're thinking about play call and you're saying, okay, I can't be offensive. I got to be a defensive. Like when I call this play, I got to make sure I got an extra blocker on my right tackle so Murphy don't get whipped and my quarterback get hurt, right? So this year he don't have to do that. He has an offensive line that can hold up. He has a quarterback that he can do so many different things with because of his mobility, his arm strength, and so the playbook it's wide open. And he out there like guns, playing NCAA, just picking folks apart with the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Sectarians, baby. We going all the way. Shout out guns.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
All right.
Yeah, so I know I got to tell you, man. When I see him out there holding the clipboard, he's spitting and stuff, and just looks like a different Riley to me. But we always knew that was coming. That's one thing. You look at what Dabble's going through, where he is so old school and he refuses to adapt to the way college football is now.
Bro.
But you look at Riley, who's still young enough, man. He was young enough when he got here, and for him to, I always equate it to the whole Saban situation. The way he was able to adapt and say, you know what, I need to change my ways. This isn't working. I love this place. I love my job, my legacy. And he just changed everything, man, overnight. And he stuck to his word. That's what I try to tell people. He stuck to his word. And you know what? It's time for people to I almost feel like he needs an apology, man, for the way people ripped him apart last year. But you know what? It's almost a point where, we all trusted, a good group of us trusted in the process. And I'm glad to see where we're at right now. There's levels to this thing. And we're almost there. This is how this season's gonna be, man. We're gonna win some. We're gonna there's gonna be some close games. We might lose one here and there, but for the most part, man, it's getting there. We're there. I can feel it. I can sniff it. And I don't know if you guys feel that same feeling, man. Where remember before where you just had that confidence, we're gonna come in today and blow this team out by whatever. I think I feel like we're getting there.
I have a question here. So do you guys think Clemson is this year's Florida State from last year?
Oh, they've been. I don't know, man.
That's it's
a draft in general, but Clemson was a 10-2 team a year before, and now
they got the most talent.
Now they're 1-3.
Yeah, but their Clemson problem is not Florida State's problem last year. Florida State problem from last year is that team they had the year before that was cheated out of a playoff berth. They built their whole team in the transfer portal, and they lost all that NFL talent, and they just didn't have anything back. Clemson problem is what Paulie was referring to, that Dabble refused to go in NIL and use the portal, and he's trying to get in too late. Now his program is 3 years behind.
Yeah, he's falling behind. Definitely falling behind. I thought the guys were going to come with those leather helmets out there. He was so old school, man. But he's like, man, I'm telling you, Dabble, you gotta get with it, buddy. Speaking
of, I hope Illinois wear those, the helmets that they paint that look like the leather helmets when they do their throwback uniform.
The Dick Butkus helmets, yeah, put those.
Yeah,
on.
I think those are sweet, man. When Illinois be having those, man, we'll see if they bring it out. They need something after that whipping they took.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna pull out all the stops for sure. With us coming in there, and then coming out for that beating, they're desperate right now. So we got to watch out.
I'm gonna say this. I know how God is good because it's just perfect timing. Y'all ain't allowed nobody to call in a minute, and I just wanted to tell Guns, how about them Chargers? It's just perfect timing. It's just perfect timing, Guns. How about them Chargers? Vote up.
Guns, do you have a rebuttal? No rebuttal from Guns?
Got anything to say?
Is Guns a Raider fan or something, or who's he like?
No, he's a Steeler fan.
A Steeler fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a rebuttal, unfortunately.
But real quick, shout outs to Caleb Williams for leading the NFL in passing touchdowns, and Roma Dunze leading with 4 receiving touchdowns. So they just got their first win today against the Cowgirls. So
I love it. I hate to see people knocking on them. You look at the situation. Quarterbacks go to Chicago to die and their careers to end. And I just could not stand hearing last year how Jaden Daniels was bad. Jaden Daniels fell he hit the lottery, like the Tom Brady lottery of franchises to fall into. And when he fell into that whole situation with Kingsbury and these offensive weapons, and you see I probably could have made that Bears roster last year. But man, he's I like to see how I like him. I like to see him do well, man. It breaks my heart when people talk trash about him.
Yeah. Well, they just hate him because of his personality, but
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's a little weird, whatever. Who cares? The guy's good, man.
Yeah, they're definitely not looking up front. Ever since he's been there, he's had the worst offensive line in the NFL. And that matters when you're constantly taking a beat and running for your life.
I swear to God, if Clemson's still in the top 25,
no,
ain't no way.
No way. No way.
No. God, that better not happen. I don't even read those things anymore. I don't believe in those.
Yeah.
They're the worst. this is the first year in college football that I felt it's a toss-up. We might see, it could be like the Indianas and like teams like that. Because I watched that Indiana game and Signetti and those guys, man. I mean, I think Mendoza is not the weapon that Jalen is, but man, he carved that defense up pretty easily, man, yesterday.
Or it's just Illinois is not as good as everyone thinks they are.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
I've been saying it this whole time. I'm not a big fan of their quarterback.
Who's been saying since offseason, telling you guys that Illinois is overrated.
Yeah,
and
I've never been a big fan of Luke Altmaier. I've never been a fan of him.
Well, it's not Luke Altmaier, but if you watch the film, and I mean, a lot of
everyone wants to point out is that Luke is such a what is it called? He's been in the league for a while or in the conference for a while. College. So I don't that they're very seasoned and that they have a lot of depth and all this stuff, but like they're not that good.
Yeah. They're not. And it's crazy that
almost had him. Duke had him. They just didn't have enough.
Yeah, Duke did that away again. But it's amazing how so many people was giving Illinois a benefit of doubt of winning 5 one-possession games last year, right? Even though those teams that they beat in those 5 possession games by 1 possession, were teams we were beating by 3 touchdowns, right? But they wouldn't give up the benefit of doubt to say, hey, you guys lost this many last possession games. I mean, the odds tell you that Illinois is not going to win that many one possession games again this year, and that we're not going to lose.
All right. Walter says Altmaier is a game manager. I mean, game manager is not. I don't know why people are trying to say game manager is a bad term for quarterbacks, but I mean, he is in a sense of like the definition a game manager, but I don't even think he's not a good game manager. Like he just throws the underneath passes and that's it, really.
Yeah,
but like
he reminds me of like a Case Keenum or what's the guy Daniels that played at Missouri? The Chase Daniels, something like that. That's who he reminds me of. Those guys.
Yeah,
their offensive line ain't great.
You see. I think our buddies at the Orange and Blue podcast who will be joining us on Wednesday is going to have something to say about that.
Please don't have me go on the podcasts or something.
Yeah, not to get ahead, but Bilma did say they might change the scheme around to try to help the offensive line. So we'll see.
They're going to need it. They're going to need it. Our offensive line, our defensive line is going to eat them alive. Like they had 7 sacks in that first half. Like. If that's what Indiana is going to be doing, imagine our sack leading freaking defense is going to do to them. So, and what is Jaden right now? Is he leading?
He's a leader, and I think in college football, or isn't he right now with
passing yards? He is not leading. He's 6th. Yeah, there's someone. Baylor has more. Syracuse, Duke. East Carolina, UAB.
I think it's the Big Ten. He leads
the Big Ten, with 1,229 or 23. I mean, but another thing about his game is, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to put that out there. No, I'm not.
You're killing me, Smalls. No, you can't do it. All right.
But yeah, everyone's talking about John Mateer. Like, there's no love being thrown to Jaden's way. Like, what he's been doing is just insane at this point.
You'll hear Jackson Arnold's name over. And Cade Klubnik when he's lost on how many 3 games already? They'll pick these guys over Jaden.
They're talking about freaking Arch Manning staring down a Sam Houston linebacker. Sam Houston's 0-3, 0-4 now. And they're like, oh my God, look at him. Look at his swagger that he has. Shut the fuck up. It's Sam Houston.
You guys know that they do not want us to get another Heisman Trophy over here.
No.
That'll be too much momentum for us. You know what I mean? It would be the worst.
I thought Caleb. They were going to give it to Caleb. To be honest with you,
right. I
thought they were going to come up with something to keep it away from him that year. But he pulled that one out. But yeah, Jaden's going to take a lot for him to. I don't know if he plays the season out. He could do it, right?
Yeah.
If things go the way go ahead, Chris.
If he continues the trajectory he's at, it's no way they're not going to have to mention him. Like you said, Paulie, even for the national championship,
Yeah.
this is the first year that it's really wide open. There is no guaranteed powerhouses in any conference that you just look at and say, hands down, this team is playing the best ball. Even Miami can be beat from watching them play Florida yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Offensively, they tend to melt down and struggle. But there's nobody out there, and it's crazy that right now that Jaden's name is not even being brought up. The numbers that he is putting up, he's done in 3 less quarters than the other top quarterbacks that's there with yards and TDs. He sat out the whole second half of our first game. He sat out the whole fourth quarter, and yet the numbers he's putting up, the efficiency, right? His QBR is plus 90 every week. I mean, he just had 3 touchdowns and 2 on the ground. I mean, if this was Arch Manning or anybody else, if Arch Manning would have done this against UTEP, they would have been trying to ship him to Heisman. So it's just crazy. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, there's no way they can leave him out.
You don't want the one thing about going back to Riley and Jaden and development of quarterback. Let's give some shout out to Coach Simmons for what he does with the wide receivers. He puts guys in the league, and look, he's a big reason why Lincoln and those quarterbacks had the success because of development with those wide receivers. And Coach never gets any credit at all. And you know what? I just got to tell you, man, that guy's always there. He's that rock for us, no matter what. When it comes to recruiting, he's been recruiting boobies since he was in 8th grade, man. I mean, Simmons is that guy, and you know what? I'd like for him to get some credit once in a while, just like we were talking about Newell earlier.
Yeah.
All
Shut
right.
up,
Anything
BC.
else we want to talk about before we get out of here? We're a little bit over on time here, but this has been a great show. Appreciate everyone jumping on, Kristen, Paulie. But anyone in the chat have any questions here before we get out of here?
No, I just love this guy's comment that says that he's a barber, loves this show, and that every cam has a beard at a different stage of beard growth or whatever. We all do, man. Look at it. This is insane. It's funny. No, guys, I got to tell you, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. And anytime you guys need me, I'm always here to help out any way possible. And can I give a couple shots out really quick?
Go for it.
Just shots out to Shea Cordova and Mr. Banuelos out there. They've always been really supportive of me, and I think the world of both of their sons, and also to just the people that have shown me all the love and support with me starting this whole process of getting into being a content creator. So it's been great, especially these guys here with supporting me this way, man. So thank you so much.
We'll let everyone know where they can find you, and then we'll let Kristen do the same.
Okay, so you can find me at Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube. You can click on the index. You'll see all my social media stuff on there, Instagram. So go ahead and remember that. Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts. And what I'm going to do is it's going to be a different type of show. Eventually, we'll get into the hour stuff, and stuff like that. But right now, it's going to be quick takes on everything in the sports world, but definitely heavy on USC content as well.
All right. And Kristen, go ahead and let everyone know where they can find your content.
You can find us on Instagram and YouTube. 4th and 9 to victory. Me and my guy Big Jinx. You guys seen him in the chat here today. You probably heard him on USCJ calls and other calls as well. So what we do every Sunday, we put out a recap of the game. Every Saturday we go live during the game and have a call-in show. Paulie has been on it for a couple weeks, so appreciate you, Paulie. We're breaking down the game schematically wise as it's happening, giving live updates. Let you call in and share what you see and things of that nature. On Fridays, we release our film study, right? So that's the one that you want to look at. So we always release on Fridays the film study where we break down. This week we'll be breaking down Illinois for you. So everything you need to know about schematically, what type of defense they run, how we should attack it, what type of offense they run, tendencies, and things of that nature. So when you see it in the game, you're aware of what's going on. And that is 4th and 9 to Victory on YouTube and Instagram.
Right. You can
Awesome.
find the link right in the description below. So that's for Paulie and Kristen as well.
Yeah, we tagged all of you guys in our videos, so whenever
Oh,
someone
thank
watches our video, they'll be able to see. They'll be able to get linked directly to you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Do the laugh one more time. Can I get it?
What's that?
Thank you. That just made my
I think
Sunday, man.
that's his favorite sound bite too. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'll see you guys back on Wednesday. I'm sure we'll have an Illinois podcast on here to go ahead and do a pregame chat about it. But we're going to get out of here. Until next time, guys, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff to everyone that's here. And until next time, fight on and keep the torch burning bright.